A better route. Chapter 80. Naruto really was shocked at just how much the leaf had changed since he'd been gone. All of his friends were chunins now, which just blew Naruto's mind. It really shouldn't have, since he'd been gone for 3 freaking years, but he still just couldn't get over it. He really had missed his friends though. The one he missed the most had to be his girlfriend Hinata. They'd vowed to spend today together 2 days after Jiraiya's funeral, and Naruto had planned the perfect day planned for them. He was going to sweep Hinata right off her feet. Naruto knocked on the door of the Hyuga mansion, and the door was quickly opened by Hinata's little sister Hanabi, who was now 12 years old. She called to her sister, "Hinata, your boyfriend's here." Then she turned to Naruto, "So how've you been, Naruto-san?" Naruto hated it when she called him that, but he had a comeback of his own. "Not bad, firecracker, how about you?" Hanabi pouted, "I told you not to call me that." Naruto laughed, "And I told you not to call me Naruto-san." Hinata walked out and saw that Naruto had gotten her flowers, lavenders. "You remember, they're my favorite." She thanked him with a kiss, and Naruto replied, "Yeah, I try." Hinata ran in the house. "I'm just gonna put these in some water, be right back." Hinata shot him a quick glare. "Fine, if you stop calling me firecracker, I'll just call you Naruto. Deal?" Naruto shook her hand. "Deal." Hinata came back out and took Naruto's arm. "So where are we going?" Naruto had it planned to the T. "First, I'm gonna take you to your favorite cinnamon bun stand and get me some ramen from Ichiraku's. Then, we're gonna go and have a picnic on top of the Hokage monument. After that we can go for a quick swim in the lake and relax for the rest of the day." Hinata got giddy. "That sounds wonderful, Naruto-kun. Just let me grab my swimsuit and then we can go." They first headed to Ichiraku's to get Naruto's favorite ramen. Tucci and Ayam were overjoyed to see him again. "Well, if it isn't our favorite customer. Our sales took a big hit when you went on that little trip of yours, boy." Ayam giggled. "Yeah. You buy enough ramen to feed a small army almost every time you come here." Naruto rolled his eyes. "I don't eat ramen that much." Everyone gave him a "really" look, and Naruto replied, "Okay, so I'm addicted to ramen." "Hinata-chan's addicted to cinnamon buns." Hinata laughed. "No one was judging you, Naruto-kun. Why don't you just put in your order?" He did just that, and then they went and got Hinata's cinnamon buns as well. Before long they were on top of the Hokage monument, eating on a blanket and chatting about things that had changed while Naruto was gone. "So you're really going to be up for Jonin in a couple weeks?" Hinata nodded. "Yeah, and I'm starting to get really close to be clan head." "Think they'd let you try out for Jonin before you've got to leave for your sage training?" Naruto was surprised Hinata did already know. "Hinata-chan, when I complete this training I'm going to be a higher rank than a Jonin. My rank would be sage, so I'll actually outrank you." Hinata had always thought sage was a title, not a rank. "That's nice, you won't have to take tests for your rank anymore." Naruto liked the sound of that. "That'll be great. So you want to go swimming?" Hinata shook her head. "You're supposed to wait for 20 minutes after eating before you go swimming, Naruto-kun." Naruto had always thought that was a silly rule but didn't argue. "So you just want to keep talking until then?" Hinata scooted over and sat on Naruto's lap. "We could do that." Or, she leaned in and kissed him. Hinata and Naruto ended up spending the better part of a half an hour kissing and cuddling on top of the monument. After that they went down to the lake so that they could swim for a little while. The water was nice and cool, which was perfect for how hot the weather was. Naruto had been waiting for Hinata on the lakeshore for just a few minutes when he heard his girlfriend call, "Oh, Naruto-kun." Naruto turned around and his jaw dropped. "You like?" Naruto liked it all right. She was wearing a simple blue one-piece swimming suit that hugged her body and showed off some of her curves. It wasn't trashy by any means, but it was more than enough to make Naruto say, "Holy crap, you look great." Hinata walked over and got right up next to his face, and then pushed him into the water. She jumped in after him and they spent the rest of the afternoon enjoying the water. They'd had a really great day. Kiba really wanted to help his girlfriend try and get her mind off her dad, so he decided to set up the one thing that always seemed to make her happy. He had lead her to the Inuzuka vet's office and was covering her eyes as he took her to one of the room. "Kiba-kun, where are you taking me?" Kiba didn't give her a real answer, just wait and see. "I've got a surprise for you." Mito heard the sound of a door opening and Kiba uncovered her eyes. She squealed in joy at what she saw. It was brand new litter of Inuzuka puppies that couldn't have been born more than a few days ago. While she didn't like doing some of the things at the vet's office, she always loved playing with puppies, especially when they were really little. She immediately ran up, started to pet them. They weren't really able to open their eyes yet and they would try and suck on your figures if you put them near their mouths. Mito was in heaven right now. Kiba hadn't even given her the best news yet. "I want you to pick out your favorite one, okay?" Mito giggled as she picked one up and it tried to nibble on her ear. "I don't know, they're all so cute." "Why do you want me to pick one?" Kiba didn't know how she'd respond to this. "Because I want you to keep one of them." Mito stopped giggling and her head shot around at Kiba. Being given an Inuzuka dog was something major if you weren't a part of their clan. Kiba was taking a major step in their relationship right now. "Kiba-kun, are you sure about this?" Kiba gave her a little kiss on the cheek. "I really care about you, Mito-chan. This might seem like a big deal, but I'm not even nervous about it. For whatever reason, this just makes sense to me." Mito smiled brightly and went back to pick a puppy. She held each of them for a little while and scratched the top of their heads. Still thought she wasn't sure which one she wanted. "I don't know, none of them seem quite right." Kiba didn't object. "When it's right, you'll know. Just keep looking and I'm sure you'll find the perfect pup." Mito nodded and started to play with them again. One started to lick her hand, so Mito picked it up and held it to her chest. It cuddled into her and almost looked like it was smiling. Kiba could see the look on Mito's face. "I think you found to the one." Mito gave the puppy a little kiss on the head. "Yeah, I have." "It's a boy, isn't it?" Kiba took a quick look at it. "He's a boy all right. You can pick him up after he's old enough to get something other than his mother's milk." "Do you have name for him?" Mito continued to hold the little white ball of fluff and said, "I think I'll call him Soku." Kiba thought it sounded pretty fitting. "Awesome, I'll have him marked just for you. You can come over and visit with him as much as you want until it's time for you to take him home." Mito was so happy. "Kiba-kun, he's wonderful. My own little Inuzuka dog." Kiba could see that this really was the perfect idea. "I'm glad you like him. Just warning you though, Inuzuka dogs are much smarter and need much more affection than regular dogs." Mito was more than happy to shower the puppy with affection. Kiba wasn't always the brightest person around, but he always knew how to cheer Mito up. She was really grateful to have a boyfriend like him right now. Conan and Rin were sitting across from one another in the Hokage mansion. Neither of them had been saying a word. It had been a week since Conan had started staying at the Hokage mansion, in a separate room from Kakashi, of course. They knew that sooner or later they would have to have a confrontation like this, but that didn't mean they were looking forward to it. Conan spoke first. "I realize you must not like the idea of my dating your son." Rin scoffed. "That's a bit of an understatement." Conan flinched but knew it was only natural for Rin to be angry with her. "However, I promise if you give me the chance I will Kakashi as happy as I possibly can." Rin looked at her and said, "I've got one question for you. If I like your answer, then I'll give a chance." Conan gulped. "All right, what is it?" Rin asked her, "Why do you want to be with my son?" Conan was shocked it was such a simple question. "Well, there's a few reasons. He wasn't like everyone else at the Akatsuki. Kakashi was so sweet and kind, and he was the only one who I felt was really doing what he was doing for peace. At first I found him a little annoying, but before I knew it I was falling for the boy. There's just something about him, I can't really put my finger on exactly what it is, to be honest. Everything about him just makes me smile. Rin was quiet for a few seconds and then sighed. Alright, I'll give you a chance. Conan was relieved. Thank you, Lady Rin. You have no idea how much your approval means to me. It was kind of surprised her just how much she wanted a woman's approval who was the same age as she was. Rin told her, I've only got 3 conditions. 1. You never hurt me, son, if you can avoid it. I'm not saying you can't argue or break up if things don't work out, but if you cheat on him or something like that I will kill you. Conan could see that she meant, what else? Rin continued, 2. I'm guessing that you've already started to get physical with my son. I don't want to know how far you've gotten, but I do want you to make sure that I'm never around when you guys start to try anything. Conan could do that, and the last one? Rin smiled at this one. If you do get married, I want lots of grandkids. Conan had to stop herself from laughing. I think I can do that. It was kind of awkward at first, but before long they were actually talking to one another and making jokes. It wouldn't be easy, but it looked like they just might be able to make this work.